So you remember when we got Daisy first of all, and we had the house in Lapworth, and we got those French doors between the kitchen and the living room,
Yep.
and that little threshold strip.
Yep. And she just self-trained to not go beyond the little strip into the living room. She just kept herself in the kitchen unless she was invited in.
I know. And then we said that she was only allowed in the lounge when we gave her permission.
Yeah.
Then we said she wasn't going to go upstairs.
And then, you remember, I came down, or I started to come down, and I caught her at the end of at the foot of the stairway.
Yep.
She had already snuck in.
She
wanted
had.
to know where we were.
Bless her.
She had a lot of little quirky things about her.
Oh, she did. And when we first got her, remember she chewed her little dish bowl?
Yep. Yep. She always had to toss it up in the air.
Yep.
We would fill it up for her dinner at night, and she would always have to chuck it so that she could just eat it up off the little morsels off of the kitchen floor.
I know.
She was funny.
And she found the potatoes
Yeah.
in that vegetable rack. She chewed those.
Yep. And the freezer cord.
Oh, yeah. I'd
We were
forgotten
so
about
lucky
that.
she didn't electrocute herself.
Yeah.
What about the time you had her out at the farm with the sheep?
Oh, yeah. That was funny. Yeah.
Daisy didn't get on too well with sheep.
No. We were working there. I was with Chris, and yeah, one of the sheep was in the yard, and we thought we would take her to introduce her to the sheep, and then she cautiously went up, and then that thing head-butted her.
Poor Daisy.
Poor Daisy. Poor
She wasn't
Daisy.
expecting that.
Yeah. And that time we were out in Georgia, and she never liked swimming. She just couldn't get her in the water, could you?
No.
And then she watched Bo, your dad's dog.
Yep. And then that made her convinced that maybe swimming wasn't so bad after all.
I know. Then you just couldn't keep her out of the
Couldn't
water.
keep her out of the water after that. She loved it.
She did. But she loved walking. I mean, probably the most memorable place was Breeden
Yep.
Hill.
Yep.
And
Many walks we did with her up that.
oh, you spent a lot of time.
Water shortages in the region are record highs. In some areas look
Oh shit!
I'll have a look. Oh yeah, and every time anybody came in the house, and she had to go and find one of her toys or something to try and bring them to bring a little toy to show them.
Yeah, she always had little quirky things, and she would go through phases, and that was just completely out of the blue because she had not done that, and we all had gone into town, and when we came back, she greeted us with the door with a pair of pliers in her mouth. And after that, every time we went away, she had to find something to bring to us.
I know.
And that went on for years.
Oh, it did.
That little tick.
Yeah. But that was so funny because she obviously couldn't find anything, and I must have left my pliers lying around.
Yeah.
She put those in her mouth.
Oh, she was so funny. And after that, it was every time we went out, she would bring us back something different.
Yeah. She's a sweetie pie.
Somewhere along the line, when we were living in Tallahassee, her quirk became, we would take her for a walk, and the place that we took her to had really nice, thick grass, and for some reason she started running and then going straight into a roll.
Oh, yeah.
And that went on for a couple of years. She would do that until she got, too old where her bones, she just couldn't do it. But that went on for at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that was a run and roll move.
Run and roll.
the other thing, oh, that was funny. Like, if one of us had gone away, either you'd gone back to America or I'd gone back to the UK, and when that person came back from being away, would she give you the cold shoulder?
Yes. And whoever she was left with, she would blame them for the other person not being there. And she would, instead of sitting beside us on the sofa, she would go to the opposite end and just turn her back to you completely. It was so funny.
That was funny.
Very moody.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, and the other thing, she really enjoyed playing hide and seek.
Oh, she loved that.
Yeah, and the thing is, because I remember that in the flat in Tewkesbury, and it was such a small flat.
Yeah, she loved that.
Well, there was only a few places to hide, and she never figured it out.
No.
I mean, there was a choice of about 6 places to hide, and she
so
would.
small.
You could see in the crack in the door when you were hiding from her, and you could see her just wandering in, wandering out, wondering where they'd gone.
She absolutely loved it.
She was a sweetie pie. Good dog.
Yep. Very, very much missed. one of her other little quirky things was if she wanted our attention, she would just stand in front of us and chomp her teeth
I
together.
know.
And then if that didn't do it, she would jump and chomp. But that's how we knew she wanted our attention.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing, talking of the jumping, which I completely forgot, was again when we first got her in Lapworth, and the kitchen door, the outside door, it was kind of half glazed at the top,
Yeah.
and she's such little legs, but she could peer over that by jumping up in the air.
If we had the kitchen door closed and we're sitting in there, she would jump so she
Yeah.
could see what we were up to. She was such a character.
Oh, she was. And that reminds me, actually, because when we got her, you know, everyone was convinced she got corgi in her. And we were as well. And we had that DNA test.
Yeah.
God, did we get ripped off on that?
Yep.
They came back and reckoned she was Irish Wheaten, Collie, and Pointer with 10% Rottweiler in her. But
Yeah.
they must have got something right though, because the Irish Wheatens apparently are very good at jumping. So
Yeah.
maybe there
Maybe
was
there
something
was.
in it.
What a mix.
Yeah. Oh, and there was also the time, that was in Thomasville, when we went for a walk in that park and she went to get a drink out the pond.
Yep. Yep. Completely toppled over.
Oh, well, I think we were both looking away and then we just heard this big old plop.
Yep. And she had done a nosedive into the water. It was funny.
That was funny.
Bye.